Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavi Biriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grananti Bhurida Janaha Bhuvi Grananti Bhurida Janaha. Sri Ramakrishna is comparing the two systems of the Shakta system of Chakrabheda, awakening the Kundalini and passing through the 6 centers of consciousness, Shat Chakra Bhetana, and the Vedantic planes of existence. And he is telling, there is much similarity between the 7 planes described in the Vedanta and 6 centers of yoga. The first 3 planes of Vedas may be compared to the first 3 yogic centers, namely Mooladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipura. With ordinary people, the mind dwells in these 3 planes at the organ of evacuation and generation and at navel. When the mind ascends to the 4th plane, the center designated in yoga as anahata, it sees individual soul as a flame. Besides it sees light. At this, the aspirant cries, what is this? What is this? When the mind rises to 5th plane, the aspirant wants to hear only about God. This is the Vishuddha center of the yoga. The 6th plane and the center known by yogi as Ajna are one and the same. 6th plane and Ajna are same. So we call it plane, 6th plane in Vedanta, and in yoga it is called a 6th center of consciousness or the Ajna chakra. One and the same. When the mind rises there, the aspirant sees God. That is, we are entering into the realm of spirit. When our consciousness crosses the Vishuddha chakra, the throat level of consciousness, our consciousness, again I remind you, just like I am feeling sleepy, how my consciousness is slipping down to the lowest chakra, and when I am seeking enjoyment, how it raises little more. When I feel like eating, hungry, and when I am sick, how I cling to life is at Nabhi. When a child is born, its consciousness will be always at Nabhi, because whatever it sees, it wants to put in the mouth. Because the life is sustained by food and oxygen. So whole consciousness is, where will I get food? How will I get food? How I am struggling for oxygen. Only 2. Because of that, as the embryonic development is there, the whole consciousness is forming of the life principle. So it's at the navel. And after the birth, it slowly slips down to the lower 3 centers it remains. In heart, when it comes, when I am feeling for some people, suffering mankind I see, my tears flow from my eyes, then my consciousness is in my heart. I am feeling The feeling is at heart. Hunger is at hunger and clinging. When I am sick, you can see the moment you fall sick, your consciousness is falling to Nabhi level. When you are feeling for others, it is raising to heart. And you are neutral in every respect. Like Akasha is indifferent to all things, not get affected by anything. Fire cannot burn, water cannot wet the space. Like this Akasha Tattva, I am there unaffected by anything. I am in calm, in my own resting. Then it is at Vishuddha. I am deeply thinking, I am designing something. I am designing a software. My consciousness raises to, I am whole, as if my being is there in my mind, my brain. I am doing. So every day, every moment it is rising and falling at different, it is like sitting in a lift and moving to higher and lower centers. This is at gross level of waking state, gross level. The existential level is there. When I am in deep sleep, how I am separating from various layers of bodily existence. Body I forget, how I go deep, deep, deep into my own being in deep sleep. That is my existential level. I again project out to the bodily level. I become aware of the external world. I shrink back. I forget the world. I forget the body. I forget mind and senses. And I go to the depths of my being. I project, I come back. So, how can I go to the depths of my being? I am entering into the spiritual world. From bodily existence of waking state, I am going to the spiritual world. Similarly, I am now that existential level, same centers are there at existential level. Being one with nature at material level, I am just saved. Everything is matter. I don't see life, I don't see any duality. In each level of consciousness, we don't see any kind of duality. In waking state, everywhere there is duality. Whether I am at Mooladhara, trying to sleep, or trying to enjoy, there is duality, there is identification with the body. But I am deeply thinking, I am designing a software, I am designing a motorcycle, I am at this level. Same level at existential is the reality. I expand into the cosmic existence. I am seeing the cosmic levels of consciousness. When in Vedantic, this one, each one folds. Mooladhara folds and merges in the Swadhisthana. The Prithvi Tattva is merging in Jala Tattva. It won't be there. Bodily existence, material existence disappears, just like bodily existence disappears when you sleep. One by one, Tattva is disappearing. Then Jala in Agni, Agni in Vayu, Vayu in Akasha, and you are entering into the spiritual world. When you leave the Manipura and enter Anatha, you are leaving the gross physical existence pertaining to the bodily existence. The lower three chakras of the Jiva Tattva, you are leaving. You are now free from karmic loads now. Vasanas and all do not bother as earlier. And in Anahata, you enter into Prakriti Tattva. These two centers pertain to Prakriti Tattva. Then the Shiva Tattva, the pure spiritual existence, nature, pure nature independent of Jiva. Pure Jiva Tattva backed by nature and supported by the substratum is spiritual. The manifested existence is the bodily existence. The manifested existence is nature, and my karmic load, I am experiencing sukha dukkha. 3. Jiva means there are already, it has to be backed by nature, and nature's adhara is pure spiritual existence. The Jiva and Jagat are supported by the divine. So we enter into divine realm. After passing through the 6 centers, the aspirant arrives at the 7th plane. Before that, the 6th plane and the center, known as by the yogi as Ajna, are one and the same. When the mind rises there, the aspirant sees God. He gets the vision of God. But still, there is a barrier between God and the devotee. In Ajna, you see God, but there is a barrier. It is like the barrier of glass in a lantern, which keeps one from touching the light. You can't touch the light because glass cover is there. You cannot touch the flame in the lantern if glass is there covering the flame. It will be like that in Ajna Chakra, in the 6th plane. Ajna Chakra, you see the light, but you cannot touch as if. Means, actually, in Ajna Chakra experiences, our individual existence, bodily and of nature, I am dissociated from all aspects of nature, Prakriti. But I am not able to, the pure spiritual existence is there. Here there is split in the Chaitanya. Chaitanya and Chit-Shakti is there. Divine Mother, but she is independent of all aspects of creation. Neither nature is there, nor Jiva is there. Only Divine Mother in her own glory in Ajna. Now that Chaitanya, Chit-Shakti, there is a dichotomy, and this Chit-Shakti can any time manifest the universe, any time can dissolve, separate from the universe. Now this, because of the Shakti's presence, which has you cannot merge in the Chaitanya, you cannot become one with the Chaitanya. You experience, you are like you experience in a different way. Suppose you stand in front of a refrigerator and open the door. The coolness of the refrigerator you are experiencing. Sit in front of a fire. You are experiencing the heat of fire. But you are not touching the fire. You are experiencing it. It is an experience without touching. You are not entered into the refrigerator. You are not entered into the fire. You are not touching the fire. But it is getting radiated and you are experiencing. That kind of experience will be there in Ajna. Ajna, you are experiencing Chaitanya, but the Shakti is also there, which is keeping a small screen as if. Because there is about to manifest. It's a state about to manifest. It's a state about to merge in the Absolute. It is a threshold. Threshold between you are standing in the threshold of the Absolute and the pre-relative. Relative comes from here. Akasha Tattva begins from here. Here, Akasha Tattva is not there, Prakriti is not there. But it is a threshold between the Prakriti and the Shuddha Chaitanya. You are on the threshold. Because of this threshold, which neither belongs to the two and belongs to both. Threshold means it belongs to the outer and the inner. It neither belongs to the outer nor belongs to the inner. You can say either way. It's a conjunction, place of joining. Now here, when you are standing on the threshold, you are getting all the experience of the Absolute. You are left, because you are Cheto Mukha, you are left the Prakriti, and you are Cheto, in Chaitanya you are interested. Whole attention is as if you are going to jump inside, but you are on the threshold. Because the one step ahead, you are one with the Chaitanya. You reach the seventh plane of consciousness. So there, small difference you experience. So the sixth plane is known by the Yogi Agnya. When the mind rises there, the aspirant sees God, but still there is a barrier between God and the devotee because of the threshold. It is like barrier of glass in a lantern which keeps one from touching the light. King Janaka used to give instruction about Brahmajnana from the fifth plane. Sixth plane is Agnya. Sometimes he dwelt in the fifth plane, sometimes in the sixth plane. Yatishwaranji Maharaj, in Meditation and Spiritual Life, he tells, always remain at the Agnya Chakra. Though there is a downward pull, it wants to go to the bodily level of existence, but keep it raised to the Agnya level through constant divine awareness. If you are immersed in God as if, but we cannot escape from the duties of life. We cannot leave anything. We have to run and do. Life is there. Family is there. All things are there. I have to attend. How to remain immersed in God. So here, try to see the divine everywhere. Effortfully, in every person you meet, in every people and things that pass by, the whole life, all movements, so many things. Plant is growing, there is a movement. It looks like simply standing. It is growing, there is a movement. I am breathing, there is a movement. The things are moving about, animals and other things are, birds are flying. Movement is there. Earth, it looks, I am sitting here, the whole earth seems to be stagnant. Everything looks like stagnant. Air also is not moving as if. But earth is moving around the sun. Movement is going on. Every particle, this chair, I am sitting on the chair looks like immobile, nothing is moving. But every atom, electrons are moving at a very high speed. Every atom, everything is in motion. But we don't see. We move with the motion. So in everything, you have to see the divine. If you see divine everywhere, you will see that everything is in order, everything is calm, and there won't be, if everything, even including motion, if everything is in God, then everything is all right. So Yatishwaranji used to say, remain at the Agnya Chakra. To remain at the Agnya Chakra, you have to constantly struggle to be in the transcendental realm as if you are seeing varieties, but you are seeing unity. You are seeing vibhajya, vibhagas, but there is one avibhajya. There is one entity pervading all. You are like an X-ray photographer. You are seeing the external as well as internal. When you see the internal, when you see the bones in a film, X-ray film, you are seeing your bodily contour also. That is dim body and bones, clear. If you take a photograph of a person, only skin alone is there, no bones are visible. Like X-ray photographer, You must be able to see the divine in everywhere. The Janaka, he used to see Sarva Bhuteshu Brahma Darshana. Every object is seeing Brahman. Even in that serial, ordinary serial, which they have made, Mahabharata serial, you can see Janaka, eyes penetrating and seeing. Everything it is seeing Brahman in everything. It is X-ray view. Only bones it is seeing. What is inside is seeing. Till you realize, you have to effortfully try to see that with that eye. And then afterwards, after realization, you see only divine. Because the ordinary grasping dissolves. You become purely extra camera, in which external is just there as a contour, not as an object. It is called avastu. Thakur says, Brahman alone is vastu, all else is avastu. That avastu contour will be remaining. The object disappears and you see the divine. Everywhere you see only divine. The other aspect which we were seeing and forcing yourself to see the inner becomes permanently visible, and what you are trying to avoid disappears forever. You see God everywhere. So this is the whole process of struggle. So when Yatishrani says, try to remain in the Agnya Chakra, even though there is a pull, because vasanas are still there, it tries to make you come to the bodily level of the lower three chakras, Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura. You have to again raise it. No, I have to see divine. I have to be divine, forcibly. And by constant effort, there will be a shift of consciousness to higher levels. So how we do is to see the divine everywhere. King Janaka used to give instruction about Brahman from the fifth plane. He used to stand in the fifth plane. That is a threshold between the Chit Shakti, the Mula Prakriti, and then the universal level, the Akasha, Vayu, Agni. This is fifth plane, the sixth plane, seventh plane, sixth is Agnya, Vishuddha. Vishuddha is absolute neutrality, absolute equality. The space, Akasha Tattva, Akasha is neutral to everything. It doesn't neither participates in anything, but it gives room for all things to exist. Space gives. Neither it gets affected by, nor instigates it to work. It is neutral and looks upon everything with absolute equanimity. Vayu is same to it, Agni is also same. Whether water is there, whether there is fire, it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't get affected by the both. Water cannot wet, fire cannot burn. It has given room for all that to exist. That state, from that state is to give the Brahma Jnana, Brahma, the knowledge of Brahman to others. Instruction. King Janaka is to give instruction about Brahma Jnana from the fifth plane. See, what is the difference between ordinary gurus and the enlightened souls? This is the difference. The man lives at the gross physical level and try to explain the spiritual truths. What we commonly see in this world is almost all the spiritualists, especially of the modern world, except a few who have truly realized they are hiding behind. Many are. A few people may come across by the will of God, but most of them live at the gross physical level and try to explain the spirit. It is like talking to a blind man, telling about something, explaining to him. One blind man heard from the one who can see about light and colors. And he has heard it. There is a thing called light and all that colors are there. And he is trying to, being himself blind, he is trying to explain what is that light and colors to another blind man. Because he is not seen, nor he remains. Now, a person who has eyes can see and tell. A person seeing the world and telling, explaining what is light, sitting by the side of a blind person, how it would be. Now, far away when sound is coming, I tell him, a blind person sitting, oh, do you hear a small sound? Because he has ears, only he doesn't have eyes, he is blind. Do you hear a sound? He says, yes, some boo sound is there. Just concentrate on that sound, how it is increasing, you see. Slowly you will observe it is increasing. The vehicle is coming closer and closer to him. So he tells, now he makes, I hold his hand and I make him move. I ask him to touch a wall, make him to move away from the wall. And how many steps you have come behind from the wall? Suppose that wall is able to see you. Now, touching the wall, one person stands. Now I take few steps behind with the blind man and tell, listen to his voice. Oh, he calls. Immediately understand how far that child is, person is who is calling. He still goes behind. Make him go behind. Then what is distance? How he increase in sound and decrease in sound. He recognizes how far that person is. If he is 100 feet away. Each foot, 100 foot away. Because of the sound, intensity of sound, he is able to see the. Then he explains what is seeing. Now you are hearing what is seeing. So all this I can go on explaining little by little in his language of this one. And then silently, simultaneously pray for the divine to interfere and give him the eyes. One day, even for a few minutes, if by divine will his eyes open, or in dream he witnesses a world, it is sufficient. He knows what I am trying to tell, what is light, what is color. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.